that massive advantage over everyone else. But then when we were hearing from Will and Ant and talking about this upgrade that's coming to them, maybe this is just the beginning of what they've got for this season.
So then who does have the most work to do today, do you think?
I think Williams. A car, maybe have a rear end that isn't as stable, a front end that isn't so pointy. Very time and practice and all these nibbles. It's going to be a tricky one, but I think we're going to see the next stage of Alex Albon's career.
Alex Albon, as you said, Williams, you can see Daniel Ricciardo is in the RB, Valtteri Bottas in the Haas. All swapping out.
Not very much fuel in the car. All that car could just be a step forward in getting the very best out of the tyres. Let's not forget that was pretty good actually getting the best out of the softer compounds last year. One that pace was generally their strength.
They have got on top of those tyre degradation issues. That's a huge step for them. It was really their Achilles heel last year. Sam Collins is in the studio for us as well. Sam, did you want to come in on this?
Yeah, just you're talking about the Ferrari sensitivity to wind, how he just doing some kind of science on the C4 tyre. This is what he was on yesterday as well to top the timesheets with the 29.9, and already expect to see some purple sectors coming up here. That means fastest. Yeah, the car improvements we've locked into it this year mechanically via the suspension or whatever means. It could suggest that there's more confidence going forwards.
When we used to test the car slowing
them onto the pack, because even if they've been super reliable, I just don't think they've got the performance there, and I think they'll probably pretty much in their matches.
Okay, we've just seen the car go back in there with the aero rake on the back. We're not sure whether there's a problem with Alpine, because I think they have a little bit more blue on their car today. I think there is less carbon fibre, and there is a little more blue on the
like we saw on day one with Max in the car. That was the effortless for him every time they put a new set of tyres on, as Lando Norris is on now. You said at the C3, see how he gets on this lap. He'll take the blind lap time, should we say, by the end of the day. But that's the tyre I'm interested in, the C3. So whoever goes fastest today on the C3 tyre, when they put that on, I don't really care about the C4s or C5s. They're just, like I said, they're not going to be necessarily challenging Red Bull better than them in qualifying here next week.
When you've got a cross cap in place, you just can't outspend your way out of a problem.
There are good points and bad points to it. So it's sad that it's all part of Herman Tilke's design of the circuit. All of the infrastructure, and not just the way the circuit flows as we flow our way through turn 6 and 7, driving the ball with science here. You just get much more traction from a brand new set of those tyres versus the C3. Next to turn 4, the curve where you run over turn 5, so all the way to the end of pre-season.
Don't skip the milk, malt barley, and energy-releasing nutrients. Bring out the champion.
Season testing. They are deleting the lunch break. We find cars back on circuit after a delay of over an hour to fix, first of all, every minute of testing that we can have in the cars. I think it would just be, you have to put faith in that they fixed it yesterday, you have to put faith in them that they fixed it again now, and you have to, it's tailwind, it's turn 4 today. As well, on top of that, it might be one of the first times that Lewis has come up to this corner with the DRS open today, and that changes the speed, obviously, of the car, the speed of it. To be sent back to the factory after this run, no doubt, it dries ever so quickly, so as soon as you've gone past in just a couple of corners, and the paint starts to trail down where it's going to pedal hard, turn in, a little flutter there on and off the brakes before you get to the apex, and then very early actually, good traction on the exit there of medium speed from the McLaren, and then just roll the car.
The theory of that is, if they can get it light enough and if teams are willing to use it, you could have a sponsor panel, let's say, on the side of the car. Now let's say it
you see that, so Ocon goes over that serrated curve, exiting turn 11, and lost quite a bit of time there. He's on a race run. On the DRS, 4 tenths away, increased his own lap time, but that middle sector just lost out a little bit.
Kevin Magnussen's just come back into the pits. Exactly. Well, they're about usually a corner, but when you're running out of road, and then that last little kink that just bites you at the end, you really feel that. That's where it takes hold. The only moments I've seen a driver make a mistake in the Aston Martin so far, I think it's been a car that's given the drivers a lot of confidence. They know where they're at in terms of how much speed they can usually get. But yeah, that must have been a bit of a surprise when it happened. Sam Collins sitting back at FTC is just raising his eyebrows to the ceiling.
Combox cam, it'll get you set.
If the car is slightly higher on the front as you start to apply the brakes, because you don't want the car to be too much on the nose, as they say, approaching a medium speed corner, or even sometimes on the brakes towards a slow speed corner. If you go too
True box. Anthony Davidson has made way, and he announced that to you sitting at home. Maybe having a cheeky listen in the office, or maybe having a completed a day, because we're going all the way around the world with this. And no matter where you are, great to have your company, Mike. I shall take you through this on board with a slight lock-up, and he recovers to the racetrack. Julian Palmer, what did you make?
That was a perfect call. It was a lock-up. There we are. Just started to turn in there, and as he makes a running Daniel in the car. Now, here's Hamilton on a C5 tyre.
A power hour has come early. Very wide line into turn number 4 for Hamilton. Might not be under the 3 tyre by Carlos Sainz. It's time now for your caveat to fuel loads of understanding, but that is the softest compound he's got available. Not running it at the time of day that you would really want to, but data locked.
So what's interesting is he's going again for another lap. White line and not over. You do that, you open up the track even more than it was designed to do, and you gain a little bit of track width doing that. Let's see on board with K-Mag what he does in the Haas's first sector of the day so far.
He has indeed.
In the Aston Martin, a car that has looked pretty tidy, but without any real headline times. It's looked very neat. It's
wow! Oh my god! Oh my god! How long does it take for that swap for the drivers, the cockpit settings, the numbers, etc. to the chassis?
They can do it pretty quickly these days. It depends a little bit on
Perez, then Hamilton, Stroll and Norris. Lap count for Sainz is 21, Perez is 20, 16 for Hamilton, Stroll is on 21, Norris is on 18, then Albon's on 16, it's 22. Others are doing a similar run plan. On board, the McLaren of Lando Norris, and it's trying to survive day to day.
Right now have. But if you haven't seen the rival series for Drive to Survive this winter, it's on F1 TV, and it is me taking a deep dive into the driving styles of all kinds of news and rumours about how drivers are driving, how they're extracting the time, the differences between teammates. So I had a good look through it over the winter end of season, and we made a 5 on that C5 tyre. Everyone else is setting their best time, as you can see on the left hand side on that C3, and we've got the
power to come. Sort of, what do I need to know as a pro who's constantly down there? What tips have you got?
Constantly down there is not quite how I'd put it. I do the odd stint here and there, and I'm always very nervous when I go down. Do I? Hopefully not. I'm trying to bring as much of the viewer down to the pit lane with you as you can through sights, smells, what you're seeing, what you're feeling, the heat, the weather conditions. Just take the viewer down there, Alex.
I always do.
Probably jinx somebody now because we do still have 6 hours 38 minutes to go. But so far so good for a number of teams here with lots of laps done, reliability proving strong across the board, and a fair bit of pace from one point. You rattled off all of the winners of 2021 to me at some point, or 2022, one of the seasons. Riveting conversation, actually, I'm sure you can imagine.
I could name all of the winners from 2023.
Do you reckon?
Got that in my locker.
Do you?
He wasn't the one that went over the curb yesterday, trashed the floor. That was Charles, not that it's Charles' fault, but that was the one launch the Ferrari have had so far. Carlos is watching on from turn 11 as if he's got a good CV in the bank. That got him to Ferrari, and he's got to put off the gas, because that's what not that Ricciardo took his foot off the gas, but he struggled at the time, didn't he? Ricciardo also had a great season, bring Ferrari to the top. If they're not at the top already this year, but you always want to have the upper hand on your teammate. That doesn't change, no matter how much respect you show them. And we're not talking about midfield and teammate.
One of the main focuses for Ferrari on this season, ensuring that car has a bigger envelope, a bigger window, it's drivable everywhere we go in whatever conditions we're in.
Yeah, that's another big game for Ferrari. Trying to basically hit on the computers, but the most downforce that the car can possibly generate on the computer mapping, and then what circumstances do you need for that to happen? So in perfect conditions, this is what it can do. So when
Kimi Antonelli and Oliver Behrman, if they find themselves in good form at the top 3 finish in the Formula 2 Championship, to have a huge opportunity. A huge opportunity.
I'm going to give a name there. Quite a few. Daniel Ricciardo, Yuki Tsunoda, Valtteri Bottas. It's going to be ridiculous, isn't it? Joe, Kevin Magnussen, Nico Hülkenberg. So I didn't need to do that.
In your car.
Williams would need to replace it very well if he were to, wouldn't they? It would be a huge loss for them. When you think of all the results they got last year, he is a Williams. And they'll be hoping for more of the same. And that's who Williams, if Albon were to move, would have to look for someone else with more experience. Sargent not a rookie anymore, but still with the experience.